Jobs said that the consumer doesn't know what he wants, but 99% of the other companies only succeed when they know who their consumer is or what their consumer wants, right? Like there are very few Apple kind of a cases, but yeah, like in the end, the job of marketing is very simple: to know who the consumer is and to understand what they want. And the only way to do that is first party data, right? And like AI can help them, but again, like it's I don't see the two questions being related to each other. If every business that needs to survive needs to know their consumer, needs to understand who they are, where they are from, which is like first party data, whether there is AI or even 20 years ago when there was no AI that way, right? But yeah, like AI can definitely help you understand that a little better.
Yeah, it's as if like, if you look at the big platforms which now take up in the digital space 70% of the market, the Metas, the Googles, they've been built off the back of first party data. So that's clearly the advantage. I think AI just accelerates that and makes them smarter and faster and understand what the consumer wants next. So yeah.
So first-party data is still very much the king. Things don't change. Things stayed very consistent in that respect.
First-party data is, of course, very important. It's a tremendous asset for our clients, and we use it every single day in lots of different ways. It's not the only thing. I mean, it doesn't change the fact that differentiation is so important, standing out, cutting through the not only the ad fatigue that Kabir alluded to, but also just the increasing costs of media, if you will. It's how do you stand out in a crowded field, and how do you develop that right message and that right creative to connect.
I'm going to be controversial.
Go for it.
So many clients don't have first-party data, and you can operate really successfully without it. Or they've got so much and it's unusable. So it's a sloppy CRM database, or it's unsegmentable in any way that's usable for our campaigns. So I think whilst it is still important, it's great to be able to use it, sometimes it's unusable and you can survive without it and use what is provided by the platforms to create highly effective campaigns. But I do think that it isn't 100% needed and maybe as important as we used to talk about it, because there are so many clients that just can't access it.
So just to add, I think Lavinia makes a great point, right? It's not about how much first-party data you have. You might have a lot of data, but what is the quality of that data?
100%.
And what kind of filters do you apply on that when you actually reach out? How do you do the categorization? How do you segment those audiences? And how do you actually use them in your campaigns is a lot more important. Where I grew up in Mumbai, there used to be a mom and pop store right next to our house. Like I clearly remember once my mom went to buy some vegetables there. She repeated that task like for 3 weeks in a row, and she bought like, I think, like kind of a certain kind of a vegetable. The 4th week on a Sunday, the guy called us up and he said, "Oh, by the way, I have already prepared that bag. Should I just deliver it to you?" So that's great use of first party data. Probably he had 5 such customers, but that's how you need to actually implement first party data and use it for your consumers, right? So it's not about whether AI can of course help it, but these strategies need to be like kind of customized for the kind of users you're going after.